Have you ever sat at your kitchen table wondering how you'll stretch the money until the end of the month? Maybe you're caring for grandchildren or supporting a loved one with a disability, and every rand matters. If you depend on social grants, you know how important it is to get those funds right on time. What if you were told that 2026, you can know when to expect your grant? No guessing, no waiting, no worrying. Because the payout calendar for early 2026 has been published, and it's your roadmap to peace of mind. Whether you're a pensioner, a caregiver, or supporting children, this video is for you. Stay with me because by the end you'll know the exact dates, the grant amounts, and the best ways to collect your money so you can plan, budget, and breathe a little easier. If you're new here, hit subscribe now so you don't miss month-by-month updates that keep your finances steady. Let's get into it. For many South Africans over 45, a grant from SASSA is not an extra, it's a lifeline. It covers groceries, medicines, school needs for grandchildren, transport, even unexpected expenses. But when payments are late, or if you don't know the schedule, that lifeline becomes a burden. That's why having a clear, official calendar matters. It helps you plan around the payday, know when to go to the bank or store, avoid the stress of empty wallets at month's end, and prevent long queues. Also, unexpected events like birthdays, school fees, or emergencies affect real families. Having your funds land when expected gives you power, the power to plan, to protect dignity, to provide for loved ones. And don't forget, many recipients are caring for children, grandchildren, or disabled family members. For them, predictability isn't a luxury, it's a stability. So if you or someone you love depends on a SASSA grant, stay tuned, because knowing the payment dates could change how you manage your month entirely. Here's a quick breakdown of who gets what from SASSA and why it matters. Older Places Grant for seniors, Disability Grant for adults medically assessed as unable to work, Care Dependency and Foster Care Grants for caregivers of children with special needs or children in foster care, Child Support Grant plus top-ups for caregivers of children under 18. These grants help people who may not have a steady income, pensioners, disabled adults, caregivers, parents doing their best. SASSA doesn't just give out money randomly. Grants go to eligible people based on proof, age, medical assessments, children's status, or foster care documentation. The idea is simple: support those who truly need help. Also, you have options for how you receive the money. You can get it deposited directly into your bank account, or you can collect it via payment points like ATMs or certain retail stores. Some of the big ones: Pick n Pay, ShopRite, Checkers, and Boxer. Later on, we'll tell you exactly how much each grant is and when it's paid for the first quarter of 2026. Here's the heart of what we're talking about: the official payout dates from SASSA for January, February, and March 2026. January 2026, Older Persons Grants on 6th January, Disability on 7th January, Children's Grants and, by extension, Child Support or Foster Care on 8th January. February 2026, Older Persons Grants on 3rd February, Disability on 4th February, Children's on 5th February. March 2026, older person's grants on 3rd March, disability on 4th March, and children's on 5th March. Grab a calendar or your phone right now and mark those dates. Imagine no uncertainty. On the morning of the 3rd or 6th, funds land. You won't need to trek to an ATM and wait all day. You'll know, and you'll be ready. If you receive a SASSA grant, this schedule is gold. And later in the video, we'll also share how much the grants are and what to do if you missed a payment.
For many families, the first quarter of the year is the toughest time financially. January brings school uniforms, stationery, registration fees, and unexpected costs after the holidays. February is when food shelves start looking empty. March, many families start preparing for Easter and travel. This is exactly why knowing the January, February, and March 2026 SASSA payment dates becomes a practical survival tool for thousands of households. When people don't know the exact dates, they risk borrowing money with high interest just to make it through January. And we know how quickly debt grows. But imagine knowing your exact payment day every month. You can plan your groceries, compare prices at shops, even avoid bank charges because you don't need to withdraw repeatedly. And for grandparents raising grandchildren, which is very common today, this information means giving a child dignity. School shoes, lunchbox, transport. If this video helps even one parent avoid unnecessary debt, then this conversation is already worth it. Before we continue, please subscribe so you don't miss next month's government updates and official announcements. Because every small detail makes a huge difference when you live on a fixed income. One thing many people forget is that SASSA pays in a fixed sequence every month. It's always older person's grants, disability grants, children's grants. This order helps prevent overcrowding and protects older people from long queues and delays. SASSA has confirmed the system continues in 2026, just like the 2025-2026 financial year calendar. Older people go first, disability second, and children last. This information seems simple, but it helps you plan your visit to the shop or ATM. If you're collecting for a child support grant, there's no need to go on the same day pensions are paid, because that's when ATMs and shops are full. This is how we reduce stress. This is how we protect your time and safety. Take a moment to share this video with someone who receives a child's grant. You might save them a long queue and unnecessary transport costs. And honestly, that is the true purpose behind making videos like this. Improving lives, one detail at a time. Sometimes we speak about SASSA grants like numbers, like statistics. But these grants support real people doing everything they can for their families. We think about grandparents who are both mother and father again, raising grandchildren left behind by unemployment or worse, by tragedy. We think about adults who became disabled due to illness or accidents and now rely on this income to survive with dignity. And parents, many of them single mothers, who stretch 560 Rand for a month to feed a child. These are not just grants. These are lifelines. SASSA estimates millions rely on these payments monthly. That means millions of families who sleep knowing they will not be completely abandoned by the system. So when SASSA releases a new calendar, people don't see dates. They see hope. They see survival. they see another month made possible. This is why it's important we talk about this slowly, clearly, and respectfully. And please, tell us in the comments what type of grant you receive so that we can continue creating updates specifically for your category. One of the biggest concerns, especially for older people, is safety. So let's talk carefully about collection. SASSA allows you to choose bank deposit, ATM withdrawal, or retail collection. Retail stores are ShopRite, Pick n Pay, Checkers, Boxer. These places are generally safer than walking around with cash from informal payout points. But here's something many people don't know. If you use your bank card at retail tills to get cash, you usually pay less charges than withdrawing at an ATM repeatedly. Little charges add up. Even small savings matter each month. And if you're not mobile or have health challenges, a trusted family member can help you collect for you using the right documents. So don't feel stuck. You have options that protect your safety and your money. If you're finding this information helpful so far, please kindly subscribe. We bring every official update directly here every month.
Now, let's slowly talk about the confirmed amounts. These figures come from official national announcements about the 2025-2026 increases, which continue into the first quarter of 2026. Here is the structure. Older Persons Grant, 2,320 Rand. Older Persons 75 plus, 2,340 Rand. Disability Grant, 2,320 Rand. War Veterans Grant, 2,340 Rand. Care Dependency Grant, 2,320 Rand. Foster Care Grant, 1,250 Rand. Child Support Grant, 560 Rand. Child Support Top-Up, additional 280 Rand. It is important to remember that these amounts are intended to assist households living on limited income. They are not extra money. They are monthly support aimed at bringing relief. Now, something you should keep in mind. Grant increases normally happen twice a year, around April and October, depending on budget announcements. If there is a new adjustment or decision from the Minister of Finance or Social Development later in 2026, we will bring it here immediately. January always feels long. Money finishes quickly because of school needs, transport costs, and groceries after December spending. So here are practical steps. Number 1, buy school items early and avoid last-minute rush. Prices are higher in January, especially uniforms and stationery. Number 2, try to avoid lending money in December if possible. When loans start the year, the rest of the year feels heavy. Number 3, if you use a bank account, compare bank charges. A small saving every month becomes something meaningful by the end of the year. Number 4, consider buying store brands instead of expensive labeled products. Sometimes the quality is the same. Number 5, keep track of every rand that comes in and goes out. A notebook is enough. Remember, your goal is not to survive just this month. Your goal is to build peace of mind for the year ahead. We do these videos for exactly this reason, to help you plan, not panic. Now, sometimes payments don't go through. especially if your bank account has incorrect details or your SASSA card is expired. So what do? First, don't panic. Your money does not disappear. It waits for you. Second, please always make sure your bank details are correct. You can change details at your nearest SASSA office. Third, if your SASSA card is near expiry, replace it early. Don't wait until the month of expiry. Fourth, if you had status pending or status failed, visit the nearest SASSA office with your ID book or ID smart card. Lastly, keep SMS notifications on. Sometimes SASSA sends important messages regarding bank updates. There is no shame in asking for help. Many South Africans depend on grants, and many go through delayed months at some point. You are not alone. We deal with real life, and real life isn't always smooth. Let's repeat them carefully. January 2026. Older persons on the 6th of January. Disability on the 7th of January. Children on the 8th of January. February 2026. Older persons on the 3rd of February. Disability on the 4th of February. Children on the 5th of February. March 2026. Older persons on the 3rd of March. Disability on the 4th of March. Children on the 5th of March. Write them down, save them to your phone, share them with family. These dates are official for the financial year, and most importantly, they allow you to plan ahead, especially for those raising children or supporting elderly household members. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. We bring verified updates from official SASSA platforms monthly, without rumors or hearsay. As we close, we want to speak directly to you, the grandmother raising grandchildren with love, the uncle who takes in children because no one else can, the father recovering from injury, the mother who stretches every rand like a miracle, and yes, the pensioner who sometimes feels forgotten. You are the backbone of families, and often the quiet heroes who never get thanked. These grants may not remove every struggle, but they keep food on the table, they keep children in school, and they help families stand with dignity. Sometimes we look at numbers and dates, but behind every number there is a story, your story, and your story matters. As we approach 2026, we hope these months bring peace instead of fear, planning instead of guessing, and stability instead of stress. Remember, you are not walking alone. Millions of South Africans stand with you in the same journey. And as long as God gives us strength to keep going, we don't give up. If you found value in this video, please subscribe so we continue walking this path together, 1 month at a time. Thank you for watching, thank you for caring for your family, and thank you for being here. Till next time, bye!